Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. Man, I promise you, I seen Josh at the table making a meal with him. I was like, Josh must have squashed the beef. I went and got put my stuff by the shower. I was stepping in. I looked back one more time. I was like, man, Josh. I was like, Josh probably said, forget it. He can't live without these guys, man. I was like, yo, this is crazy, man, right here. This is crazy right here. But nevertheless, he's back in the fold with the Richmond boys, man. Like, but that's just how it be. Like, I'm just pretty sure that he thought about everything, man. You got to think about things before things happen, before you react to things, kind of like. And he probably just thought that, you know, like, I don't want to leave Lawrenceville. I can't go to the other side of the yard. I'm not going to be able to escape Fonzo over there or over here. So it's no wins. So I might as well just stay in this pod under some protection. I think that's how he really thought about it, man, because he sat there and ate that meal, was laughing and joking with him like nothing had happened. Like everything was normal. Of course, he was lit off the Lala. Now, they know, they did that at lockdown. He was definitely lit off the Lala. So, like, for real, it was like he was back in good spirits. And it was wild to see that from everybody else. Like, everybody know what's going on like me. But I didn't care at the end of the day. I'm just pinning all of this. I'm still scoring from bro. You know what I mean? So, like, I see he's back in the fold. That's my word. He's back with him. He's back with the Richmond team. So, they chilling. So, like, he was good. He was good. He was able to mess with the Lala. I don't know how it had turned out because they got to look out for bro mama. So I think that's the only thing that bro probably did. You know what I mean? I end up coming right back. To bro and spending another 2 cents. And I was able to do that because it was a dude that bought 20 spoons from me for the 2 cents. You know what I mean? He bought 20 spoons from me for the 2 cents, which left me with 10. Left me with 10 spoons. I went back to Fonzo, spent another 2 cents, and got the 40 ball, which that'll give me the 50 spoons, y'all. So boom. So I won't try to do nothing to interrupt that, man. I promise you, man. And I ain't had to do nothing to interrupt it anyway because bro was looking like he was cool anyway. He was looking like everything was straight. Josh ain't look like nothing else was bothering him. He was straight. He was getting off the Lala. He was able to go chill with his friends and mess with the Lala. He even came back and gave me my spoon back. That's how I know that Fonzo probably was like, man, here, man. Like, but I'm running the show. Like, this is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I didn't get a chance to talk to Fonzo. When I came back so quick with that 2 cents, like, we just did the transaction. Like, Weezy, you crazy. Weezy, you was right, though. I was like, yeah. So we made the move. Like, I didn't get a chance to talk to him. So, like, I think that stuff was running out. But I still got some. So they came and borrowed some from me. Fonzo pulled up on me. He was like, Weezy, look, let me do that. I was like, all right, bet. I threw him 10 spoons. And for 20 back. You know what I mean? So, like, I wasn't mad at that deal. You know what I mean? But I'm like, when he came and told me for 20 back, like, I was like, bro, you sure? I was like, cause look, if it don't work out, I see you gonna be able to pay me, right? He was like, oh yeah, for sure, Shard, I got you. I was like, cause I'm assuming you sending bro back to the VI. He was like, yeah, you know the count. You work for me now. You know the count. Yeah, you know the count, Shard. That's a lot. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, man. I was like, I got you. So you definitely played fair with me, so I threw in the 10. You know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, he was like, look, man. Goddamn, he was like, bro, I ain't got no reason to lie though, Short. You know, I got you. I was like, nah. He was like, no, we ain't never done no business like this. I said, nah, but I bought all the stuff almost. So I was like, nah, you good. I was like, you good, bro. I was like, but look, I said, now you all the way landlord game like that. He was like, go ahead, man. He was like, no, I'm just saying. I was like, bro, I'm saying, I'm like, he must have, like, you know, he just gonna let it happen. He was like, bro, listen, what you rather do with Weezy, Short? Like, you rather not be able to be on this compound and gotta go back to Sussex or worse? Or you rather be on this compound where your celly gonna make sure you be able to mess with the Lala. I'm gonna make sure you got food to eat. I'm gonna make sure you send your mama a couple $100. Like, I'm gonna make sure everything's straight, bro. Like, so, like, for real, which one would you choose, Weezy, if you was in his shoes? I was like, if I was in his shoes, bro, I said, man, I might have to take my talents to South Beach. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I said, because like I'm not winning. I'm basically going over there risking myself for somebody else. I said, but that's just me though. He was like, yeah, you know, he just trying to live good. Like, he ain't from out here. So he just trying to live straight for real, bro. He's like, I don't even think he's soft. He just outnumbered. So like, shorty, like I'm like, yeah, bro. I said, bro, listen. I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I said, I ain't mad at you though, bro. I said, but that's crazy though. I said, you took the whole pack. I said, bro, you gonna do that? He said, I ain't gonna have to do that this time around. I said, why? He said, because he gonna hand me the whole pack. I said, he gonna hand you the whole pack. He said, he gonna hand me the whole pack. So don't worry about nothing. I was like, all right. You know what I mean? So he gave me his word that was that. You know what I mean? So Saturday roll around. Saturday be coming fast. That's when my word Saturday come around. I don't see him go to VI, but I see him come back from VI. When he come back from VI, same routine. They go in the sale. Richmond boys put a cut up. Now they in there for a minute. Whole part smell like la now. You know what I mean? It's Lunsville, the whole jump lit. So they did the same routine. So they come out this time. They come out. Josh come out. Josh go do his little routine. Come out with his little old coffee mug. Walk straight to the hot pot. Go get him some hot water. Go sit at the table with the white boys. He's sitting over there chilling like he ain't, you know what I mean? Being all inconspicuous like he ain't did nothing. Now, Fonzo on the other hand, Fonzo running around. But just like he said though, dude gave him the whole pack game. He also boom. And the reason why I say that is because as soon as he ran to the door, seen me, he was like, hey, Weezy, hey, I got you too, shorty. He was like, I got it right here. Give me 1 second. I'm like, all right. So he ran around for a little bit more. And he called me back to his man cell that he be running around from in the bottom tier. And I went in the joint. As soon as I went in there, him and his man was still in there bagging up. His man was still in there bagging up this word. And there was balloons on the table. And his man was just bagging up like they was in a lab in New Jack City or something. His man just was quiet, like, just bagging spoons up. He was like, yeah, he was shorty. Here you go. I was like, that's a dub. He was like, yeah. He was like, that's some good too. He was like, look, hey, you trying to spend some money? You know, I'll do something again. He said, I only can do the 30 of those for the 200. I was like, all right. I was like, but now I already got 20 of those. So like, I was like, I'm about to just pump 10 of these. I said, you know how I do, bro. I said, just keep it coming and we can keep doing business. I said, but if you didn't know me, you know I would have spent money. He was like, oh yeah, I'm good. This is going to get sold regardless. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. So I dipped out. When I dipped out the sale, I heard somebody say, hey, Weezy. Hey, Weezy. I'm like, I was about to go up the steps. I'm like, yo, I look, it's Josh. He's like, I'm like, yo, come here, bro. What's up, bro? I'm about to go to the sale. He was like, you got him on the bitch. He was like, you want to share? I was like, do I want to share? I said, bro, listen, you are in the sale with the plug, bro. What are you talking about? He was like, he ain't give me none yet. I was like, he ain't give you none yet. I said, what, he got you on a time limit or something? I'm joking with him. He like, man, I just need something, bro. I'm going to give it back. You know I'm going to give it back. I was like, all right, man. So we walked to my cell. Get to my cell. I'm like, look, man, what you want? He was like, look, you know, it's such birthday. He talking about the white dude. He was like, look, we need a spoon to trade for some drinks. Then I'm gonna mess with a spoon with them. So that's all I need is 2 spoons. I said, bro, when you give me my 2 spoons back? I said, when you give me my 2 spoons back, Josh? Real talk, man. I said, because like I did a favor for these joints. I said, I ain't spend money. I said, I gave him something that messed up my money. So like to help y'all out. Y'all didn't have no lala in the sale. So like, this is my payback for what I gave. He was like, I understand that, but like for real, that's all I need, man. I'm gonna give it back. I said, bro, you can give it back today? Like he was like, you know I'm gonna give it back today. He's supposed to let him handle his business, let him run around, you know. He hasn't even gave me nothing to hit yet. He hasn't even gave me no la. And like when I heard him say that, y'all, like it kind of like, I was like, yo, what is Fonzo doing? Like you got a good thing going on, man. Like, but man, you can't drag the mule. You know what I mean? You can't drag the mule, bro. What are you doing? I just felt like it was his business, man. But at the end of the day, man, like his celly don't supposed to be up in my cell begging for no spoons, y'all. Spoon. I was like, it's crazy, man. I was like, man, that's wild. He was like, man, for real, like sometimes, like, well, he was like, it's crazy, man. He was like, don't say nothing. I'm like, what? He was like, he put his head down. He was like, my mom know I'm being extorted. I was like, she know you being extorted? I was like, how you know? He was like, cause she just know me. Like, it's the 3rd time, the 4th time, 3rd, 4th, I don't freaking know, Weezy. She done came through for me, man. The first time, I only sent her $200, man. He said the last time I sent her $100, man. He said, I haven't even sent her nothing yet. And she knows me, man. Like, I do it all for her. He was like, I do it all for her, Weezy, man. So man, she knows I'm being extorted, man. I said, so what you tell her, man? I said, well, she'll tell the people? You know, I'm thinking about, I gotta protect bro. I'm like, what, she'll tell the people or something? He like, no, she ain't gonna tell, because, you know, she know I want to stay on Lawrenceville. Like, I told her that, you know, basically, like, I'm paying for protection. I got myself in something that I'm not gonna be able to get out of unless I'm gonna leave Lawrenceville. And I told her I don't want to leave Lawrenceville, Weezy. I want to stay here. I love Lawrenceville. I was like, man, I'm saying in my head, I don't love it that much, but like, bro, like, you're being extorted. You gotta do something about it. Now, I didn't say that. But I'm just like, yo, bro, like, I mean, like, bro, make sure Mom Dukes don't tell nothing, bro. I said, because when people's mamas and stuff be calling, I said, they take that serious. They gonna come bag you, and that'll get you off Lawrenceville too, because once you go back there for dipping on them, you already know. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I know, but like, you know, like, I just think he messed up that, you know, he should at least like give me a quarter or something. Like, he told me to give him everything. I told him I'm keeping 2 balloons. He was like, man, he dug in my hands and took the 2 balloons out my hands. I was like, he took 2 balloons out your hands? He was like, yeah. He told me everything his. Everything his. I was like, dang, man, that junk crazy. Like, I wanted to ask him, like, yo, how does it feel to be extorted? Now, I ain't, you know what I mean? But still, I was just, like, it was crazy hearing this, y'all. Like, this man, Sully, man, basically just deboing him, man. Like he ain't playing no games, man. You know what I mean? Like, he got his little Richmond team. He got them running around, you know what I mean? So he like, man, for real, Weezy, man, do that for me, man. He was like, because, like, for real, like, I ain't even want the dudes down there to know, man, that, you know, this is really happening. They got an idea, but, like, you know, when I come back from the visiting room and I don't do nothing but go get some coffee and we ain't smoking no fees and we're not messing with no feezies, he was like, they already kind of be knowing. He was like, but I'm trying to throw it off by getting it from you and just acting like I'm stalling them, man. So just do it. Like, when he said that, man, I had 20 spoons, man. Like, and I told y'all what I was gonna do. I was about to sell 10 for the $1.50. I had a play. I was gonna sell 10 for the $1.50. Keep me 10. You know what I mean? Do some commissary. Do whatever else I wanted, man. But bro was asking for 2 spoons. I couldn't let him down, y'all. I felt bad. Like, I be feeling bad for people. So I'm never really somebody that's just gonna watch another man get, you know what I mean, drugged. Like, that's not always what I'm on like that, man. Like, but at the end of the day, I just felt like bro needed my help, yo. So boom! I threw him the 2 spoons. He dipped out the cell. He did what he said. He went down there with his little white homeboys and they dipped off in the dude cell, the other white dude cell. They was down there in the cut up and they was messing with the Lala and they was drinking. So he said that. So now I'm moving around. Fonzo moving around. The Richmond boys moving around. It's Lala in the pod. It's Lala definitely in the pod. So this is what's going on. So like for real, like Fonzo had it set up where he would make moves, but like Fonzo kind of was like, he'd rather stay in the shadows too. So he used to have his main man kind of like moving around, doing all the little runs, shooting outside if he got to, shooting to the child hall if he had to. He used to let him do all this kind of little runs. So like Fonzo kind of like remained in the shadows, man. But like still though, man, like I don't know like what took him so long to look out for bro. So I ain't say nothing to Josh that first night about what he owed me because like for real, Josh had went downstairs and got lit up. They had went downstairs and got lit. They was drinking and messing with the Lala. So he was down there getting lit. They was down there junk getting lit, y'all. That's my word. So when it was time for lockdown, I seen him come up. He came from down the stairs. He was coming up the steps. He was like, I'm standing down by myself. And I'm looking, he coming up the steps. He like, he didn't even look my way. He was like, he looked like he was drunk. He was like, he went straight to his cell. And he didn't even come out for the last, when we came off Empire Rec on the last jump. He didn't even come out. So I ain't say nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't say nothing. But, you know, I'm like, this junk crazy. So I'm like, man, real, I'm gonna pull up on him tomorrow though. I was like, because he kind of messed my play up. I hadn't even made the play and all type of stuff. I told my homeboy I was gonna throw him 5, let him rock over there in 31. I was gonna keep something, make the play for the $1.50. It was stuff that needed to be done. I needed my whole rap, man. But I know like, bro, he got stuff going on. So like, I don't know. But I was like, the next morning, he don't go to breakfast. I mean, so I waited till they did the count and all that. You know what I mean? Come back out. I was like, walk the funds on themselves, like, cut the semi up. I was like, I hear Fonzo say, yo! I say, hey, bro, you're selling there. He was like, who that Weezy? I'm like, yeah. He like, come in. Open the door, selling in the top bunk. I'm like, what's up, man? Fonzo came behind the cut. He had the phone. I guess his homeboy let him hold the phone. He was like, what's up, everything good? I'm like, yo, pardon me, bro. I said, what's up, man? Where my 2 spoons at, man? He was like, look, he had a book. That man had a book on the side of his, like he was reading a book. Word, like I ain't see him because he was behind the cut. They had 2 cuts, a cut for the top and a cut for the bottom. This man looked like he was reading a book. This is my word. I was like, where my 2 spoons at, bro? Fonzo was like, hey, let me call you right back, Shaw. He on the phone up. He was like, what's up, Weezy? I'm like, yo, Sonny owe me 2 spoons, man. Where my 2 spoons at, bro? He just sat up. He was like, he had the dumb look. His legs hung over the bed. He was on the top bunk. His legs hung over the bed. He's sitting up. He like, and I'm sitting on the floor like, bro, where my 2 spoons at, bro? I know you just ain't come borrow 2 spoons from me and do it like that. This is basically what I'm saying. He like, so Fonzo get up like, man, He owe you 2 spoons? I'm like, yeah. He was like, how you owe Weezy 2 spoons? This word. Josh was like, because you ain't give me nothing. Jumped off the bed. He was like, if you'd have gave me something, I wouldn't have to ask Weezy for 2 spoons. That's how quiet it was in that joint. I was like, just looking at both parties. I'm like, this word. Fonzo was like, oh, you in the rush to get something now. For what? For you could go down there and mess with your homeboys with it? Yeah, I ain't in no rush. Yeah, I ain't in no rush. You don't you mess with it when you come in the sale? Don't we mess with the la-la when you come in the sale? Yeah, that's what I thought. Here, Weezy. He went in his pocket. He was like, he pulled out a big old sack. He was like, he put it on the table. He pulled that joint. He was like, the night out of the junk. He made me 2 spoons. He was like, you was an idiot, man. Don't be borrowing no spoons for nobody, man. Josh was like, I shouldn't have to borrow no spoons. He was like, yeah, I bet you thought you shouldn't have to. Yeah, you better not do it again because I ain't going to pay your debt this time around. Josh was like, I seen Josh's face, but Josh was like, yo, this junk crazy, man. I was like, man, I looked at Josh like, man, I can't believe you carrying me like that. That's the type of look I gave him as I left out. I'm like, because I know he could have hollered at his seller and like, yo, man, I owe Weezy 2 spoons. You know what I mean? He didn't do this. So I didn't think, I was like, I just dipped out the cell, yo. So boom, I had enough, man. Probably about 20 minutes later, I'm knocking the door. See a little white arm. Yo! I know who it is. It's freaking Josh. He come in, he was like, hey, look, man, my fault, Weezy, man. I was like, man, you good, bro. He was like, no, it's my fault, man. He was like, for real, like, I kind of like, I was just still trying to stall him out to see he's going to give me something, and, I ain't going nowhere, I was like, bro, I know, bro. I was trying to do something, though. Real talk, man. So I was like, just be honest with me, though, bro. I said, you need to start, you know what I mean? You should ask something to give you something, bro, for you can move around, bro. He was like, Weezy, how can I ask somebody something that's extorting me, Weezy? He was like, man, you know what this fucking homeboy came and told me, man? I was like, what homeboy? He was like, the one that wanted to fight me. I was like, what he came and told you? He said, man, he came and told me, man, as soon as my homeboy get transferred, man, he gonna goddamn take over. He gonna fuck me up. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, Weezy, man. I was like, man. He was like, man, this shit crazy, Weezy. I don't know what the freaking do no more. I was like, bro, listen. Just when you borrow 2 spoons from me, I'm like, bro, just make sure you get them Jones back. I ain't gotta come asking, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. This predicament that you in, I say you put yourself in this, bro, so you gotta be able to get yourself out of this situation, y'all. So boom. That's the only advice I had for him, man. He was like, he looked at me, he was like he wanted to cry. He was like, he walked away. You know what I mean? He walked away, man. I was like, I got my 2 spoons. I was like, thank God. I was like, this is crazy, man. I was like, but when you being extorted, y'all, like, I don't know how the feeling is, but I can imagine what they go through. I have seen it a million times, man. Like, you got to kind of live with being a coward. Like, you have to, like, I am a coward. Like, I'm not going to freaking fight back. I'm not going to show them that they can't do this, man. Like, you have to be able to live with that, man. That's something that I can't live with. I'm being honest with y'all, man. I can't live with being a coward, man. Like, and I'm not saying all of us have to be tough, but I can't live with being a coward. I'm not just going to let dudes extort me, man. This man is going to the visiting room to get a package for somebody else now. He's not even getting it for himself, for his mom, for none of that, man. He's going over there and getting it for the Richmond guys, y'all. So boom. So he's being extorted. That's what's going on, man. But stuff like this happens all the time. At the end of the day, Josh put himself in this predicament. He got to get himself out, like I told y'all. So now I think that now, like, all this is going on, kind of like, now I think he kind of like reevaluating everything, and kind of something that's stuck in my mind that bro had told me a while ago. You know what I mean? When I had talked to bro, I had talked to Fonzo a minute ago. Fonzo had told me, like, I don't even think Josh soft. Like, I don't even think he no dude that's a pushover dude. He just from out of town and he just outnumbered. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, that just kind of was in my mind. I don't know why it was, but it definitely was in my mind because I would see Josh and it looked like Josh is kind of like, he's starting to figure out slightly what's going on. Like, sometimes it takes a second. It takes a second to be like, you know what? I can't live like this, man. I can't live as a dude that's just being extorted. People is doing whatever they want to me talking how they want to me, doing me how they want. Like, I just sometimes it clicks into people that you cannot live like this, man. You can't be a person like this, man. So, like I say, I started seeing Josh. Josh looked like he was kind of getting it together slowly but surely, kind of like, and what was going to prove that if he got it together was when he was going to go to visit room. So this how I had knew This is how I knew, y'all, that things was changing, man. Y'all let me know it was this messed up, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all, I'm sorry. Well, y'all let me know, man. I promise you. Josh pull up on me. This is right before the visiting room now. I still had probably like a spoon left, but I know it's getting low. So I know he about to make another move for the Richmond boys again. But Worry pull up on me. He was like, hey, Weezy. Hey, look. He was acting like he was high, like we was in the pod. He wasn't even looking at me as he was talking. He was just still looking at the TV. He was like, hey, Weezy, look, I'm going over here to get this work Saturday, man. He was like, look, you can get $400. I was like, can I get $400? I was like, why do I need to get $400, Josh? He was like, because I'm going to fucking sell you everything. He said, man, shh, fuck them. I said, man, how much you going to get, man? He was like, a little over 28, maybe 30 grams. I was like, man, shit, you want $400? I said, I got $300. Shit, since we negotiating and shit, I'm still looking at the TV like this. I'm like, yeah, since you want goddamn $400, I was like, I got $300. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. And I was saying that in my mind, pause, but still though, we negotiated. I'm like, yeah, I got $300. He like, 300, man. Like, man, I haven't sent my mom nothing in a while. I'm like, bro, like, you might not live to be able to send your mom nothing, man. Respectfully, this is all in my mind. I'm saying, like, bro, you thinking about dipping off on the Richmond boys. He like, man, fuck that, man. Fuck them. Man, fuck them, man. I was like, man, look. So, like, what the fuck is your plan, man? He was like, my plan is to come back and fucking throw that shit up before I get back to the pod. He said, I'm going to go to my man selling on the pod, throw that shit up, and then I'm going to fucking come back to this pod. And then I'm going to fucking sell it all to you. I'm like, and you think that's going to work? I said, so you think you're just gonna walk away scot-free? He was like, I don't give a fuck after that, man. I'm not gonna fucking let my mom come up here and bring these fucking drugs for nothing again. I said, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit, man. I was like hearing the plan, y'all, like y'all already know we in penitentiary, like, and I know me mentioning his mom and situations like that, like y'all kind of like, y'all don't feel sorry mode. Like y'all thinking like, man, do the right thing, Spike Lee, all this other stuff, man. But we are in penitentiary, y'all. This is penitentiary. You hear me? If this was me, man, like dudes would be trying to, you know what I mean? Like this is penitentiary. You got to be ready for everything. You can't be a dude that's green, leaving openings, leaving any type of situation where you're going to get got, because this is all that goes down, man. You see how he got tangled up with the Richmond boys? For trying to mess with a dude just to sell the work. Dude just supposed to be selling the work. He went from selling the work to getting all the work. So now I'm seeing it. I'm in a predicament now, man, that for real, it's just a lot going on. And anytime y'all already know with me, when it's a lot going on, I got to make a move, y'all. So boom. So right then and there, I started thinking crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, oh, word. So I'm like, yo, bro, all right, look. I said, yo, look, bro, I'll do the 400, bro. I said, I'll do the 400, bro. He's like, yeah, as soon as I fucking get it, I'm going to tell that motherfucker that I'm bucking, and he can do whatever the fuck he want, then I'm going to the fucking hole. I was like, shh, oh, word. I was like, yeah, like, he's just telling me too much. He don't even know I'm an underground psycho. I'm a maniac on the low. Like, for real, he giving me too much info. But this how I be, man. Like, you know, like he made the wrong move from the start. He wanted to go to 804. If he would have came to 757, it might have been a little easier now. I ain't knocking nobody from the 804, man. They just handle business kind of wrong on this one, y'all. So boom. When you handle business how you handle business, we at the crossroads right now. And I'm getting good deals from both sides. Now I could spend $200 and get a bunch of spoons from bro. You know what I mean? Or I can get the whole pack from bro. You know what I mean? Like it's up in the air. Whoever comes first, it's why I say I want to. But either way, I only had $200. That's all I had, y'all. Like whoever come at me first, $200. If he's bluffing with this move that he's talking about, and he end up coming back to the pod, and the Richmond boys get to him, and Fonzo get this stuff, and he's coming to sell to me, I'm giving Fonzo the $200. You know what I mean? But if he come at me, and his plan works by going to his homeboy sale and bag up before he come to the pod, I got him, y'all. So boom. So I was just waiting. And I was chilling, man. I'm like, see who gonna win this game, man. I ain't tell nobody because I ain't want this to leak out to nobody. Even though I trusted my guys, I kept this information, you know what I mean, to myself. I didn't really need nobody back for this situation. So this wasn't one of those dangerous situations. I kept everything to myself. I promise y'all, man. And I just was waiting. And something told me, I was just sitting at the table like, you know what I mean? I didn't go to lunch. So I'm sitting at that middle table, kind of like, you know, I can see when the slider opens and I'm looking at TV. The TV's right there. Behind the TV is the slider and all of that. So I'm sitting at the table, legs, you know what I mean? I'm sitting on the joint. I was supposed to be sitting on it. I'm sitting right there like a on the middle table, but I can see all the action though. You know what I mean? Now we done came back from child. I see how it look. We come back from child. Look, I seen Josh. He come back through, and the reason why I seen him because he had his clothes, the VI clothes on. He goes straight to 32 part. So he did make it to 32 part, like he said. He made it to 32 part, like he said. I was like, oh, he made it. I was like, he made it, man. So I look up. I see a bunch of white dudes from our part now. Look like they trying to get him out. You know what I mean? So they get him out. They get him out the joint. So as soon as he come out the joint, this word, he was out in the hallway. The white dude that he rocked with go out in the hallway and start talking to him. So now I'm still sitting there. I look back to see what Fonzo and them was doing. You know what I mean? I look. Fonzo and them wasn't nowhere to be found. And I was like, Fonzo just wait for him to come back because he already know the count. So I look. Nobody up there. My Fonzo said, so I'm still sitting at the table. White dude that he rocked with, he came in the party. He was like, sliding clothes. He was like, hey, Weezy, let me talk to you for a second, man. I was like, what's up? He was like, that's all he had to do was go like this. I was like, I jumped off the table. I was like, I followed him to his cell. He stayed down there back with my old cell. He used to be on the right side of the volunteer in the back. I walked back there, went in the cell. He was like, here, man. He says 21 balloons. I was like, 21 balloons? He handed me the jump. It was a piece of paper. I was like, all I smelled was Coca-Cola and freaking Earl. I was like, 21 balloons? He was like, yeah, you got $400 green dot, right? I was like, yeah. Gave him the paper. I gave it was in an envelope. Like, now dudes do this. Like, somebody clean like me, I would do a move like this. I would put my green dot numbers that I write on a little piece of paper, I will put it inside an envelope and close the envelope. So when you get the dudes the jump, nobody's seeing this but me. That's basically what that's the indication of. So I put the $200, which I told him was $400, into the envelope. Put the joint in there. I gave it to the white dude. White dude was like, thanks, bud. I was like, yo, right before he turned around, I was like, let me dip out your cell first. He was like, oh yeah, go ahead. I was about to walk out. I was like, hey, Josh ain't coming back. He said he's coming to tell his cell he fuck himself. I'm like, man, he coming to, I was like, man, I don't give a fuck. So fuck it. He went back out there. So I guess Josh was giving the money to the dude that was in 32 part or whatever the case. So I don't know what he did with the money, to be honest with y'all, but the dude went out there and hollered at Josh. Next thing you know, the slide opened up. Josh come back in the parlor like he was coming from his room. Did the same routine. He went up in the cell. He went up in the cell. So everybody kind of like, you know, that's from the Richmond mob. You know, this is usually a good thing for them. Me, I'm waiting. I haven't even told ball yet. This is my word. I'm waiting. Bro, come back down. I'm standing by the jump. Boy, what's going on? I was like, bro, I gotta take some shit. I was like, bro, this shit about to get nuts. He was like, what? I said, bro, look, long story short. I said, goddamn, Josh about to tell his son he buck. And he was like, man, that nigga ain't gonna buck. Man, that's all you heard was Fonzo was like, nigga, where that shit at, nigga? What the fuck is that, motherfucker? He was like, I gotta pull it out your motherfucking stomach, nigga. You gonna give me that motherfucking la-la. This word, Josh was like, man, I ain't giving you shit no more. The fuck I look like? You don't look out for my mama. You don't do shit. Fuck you, but look out for your fucking degenerate homeboys. I ain't giving you shit no more. Fuck you. That nigga Fonzo was like, nah, fuck you. All you heard was, like they was rumbling in that bitch. That's worse. So you see the Richmond dudes kind of like, you know what I mean? They coming to go look this word. Look, Josh coming out that bitch. Boom, 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 boom. He rumbling Fonzo. They get to like the tip of the steps right there. Man, they going toe to toe. You know, it ain't no shotgun goddamn on Lawrenceville. This is my where they at the top of the steps, man. Josh wrecking that nigga. Boom, 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 boom. Fonzo rumbling though. They both rumbling. Man, Richmond dude caught Josh ass. Man, when he caught Josh, man, Josh went this way. That nigga Fonzo grabbed that nigga, man. Fonzo almost threw that nigga off the stairs. You know, Lawrenceville jump's kind of decent. That shit like 20 steps. It's kind of decent. Man, when the dude caught goddamn Josh fell this way. Fonzo grabbed that nigga. Fonzo tried to throw the nigga off the top 10 word. Josh said, he caught himself. He was like, he came back up. They just start beating him. Boom, boom, boom. Josh fell down. Just balled up. They start pounding him. Boom, 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 boom. They beating his ass. This word. I was like, I'm looking at the shit, boy. It was like, God. I was like, damn. They fucking him up. Niggas like, ah! They come through the back. Boom. They come through the bottom. Boom. They all come in the pot. Police run straight up there. They fighting by the steps. Man, they run straight up that bitch. Grab all them niggas. I was like, oh, shit. That shit was crazy, man. It's like, yo, these niggas, that shit was crazy. But that's how it went down. That shit was crazy. Fonzo went to the hole, and two of his homeboys from Richmond went to the hole, man, for beating Josh ass, man. They beat Josh ass, you hear me? They fucked Josh. Josh rumbled, though, but he beat Josh ass, man. I guess Josh was like, you know what? They beat my ass, but at least I was able to goddamn sell that pack. You know what I mean? They ain't know who the fuck had the pack. The whole time I'm in the cut with 21 balloons. Word, I'm like, bro, I ain't breaking this shit out. I ain't breaking this shit out. I chilled, this word. I shot next door to my man. I shot next door to my man selling 31. Went over the jump, broke the shit up over there with him, told him about the shit. He was like, man, your ass a maniac. I was like, man, bro, I just paid $200, bro, for 21 balloons, bro. He was like, man, your ass a dirty, rotten, crazy scoundrel vato. But I like that, though. But I like that. He told me straight up. I was like, man, I had to get him, bro. Like, it was a play that I knew that was about to explode. And why not? Pause game. I had to, bro. I was like, that joke crazy. So I got through. This word. I took about 10 spoons. I told my homeboy, I said, look, wait till tomorrow and open up shop like somebody came from the visiting room Sunday. You know what I mean? And brought this back. I said, damn, I'm act like I scored from you. Then it's all good. I said, as long as I got something to mess with that lockdown, I don't care what nobody say. So he was like, bet. So they all went to the bank. You know what I mean? We did that whole play like that, bro. Opened up shop the next day. My homeboy got the Lala over in 31. That's all mines over there. Word, that was all mines, man. That joint was 58 spoons, man. Of everything. That joint was a lot of spoons. It probably was more. I probably was just making them so big because I was on my man sale rushing. So I made 58 of them joints. I ain't even gonna lie, them 21 balloons, man. I made about 58 spoons, decent joints. So like for real, probably was like chopped in half. I could have made more, but I didn't. I just tried to get it out and get away with it. You know what I mean? So the whole time I had them joints, just my word, I was like, damn, that shit was crazy, man. So the only person, y'all, that figured this whole shit out, man, y'all gonna laugh y'all ass off, man. Guess who it was? The nigga Popcorn. The word, this nigga Popcorn pull up on me, man, one day. He said, you think you slick, Weezy? I said, what? He said, it smell like that throw up weed. Yeah, I know what you did, motherfucker. I said, what the fuck I do? He said, don't worry about it. He said, yeah, that white boy told me what you did, motherfucker. I said, man, I ain't do shit. He said, nah, nigga, you beat that white boy. I said, I ain't beat him, man. He said, man, he sent the kite out saying that it was only $200 on that number. I was like, they told you that? He was like, yeah, he told me it's supposed to be 400. Give me something, motherfucker. I was like, man, shut up, man. Go in the room. I was like, Paco, don't say nothing about this shit, man. I said, because the rich niggas might be mad that I fucking goddamn intercepted their pack, goddamn. And he was like, I ain't gonna say shit. This dog. So I was like, man, here. Threw his ass 2 spoons. I was like, man, Paco, don't say shit. You know those were the broke down spoons. So you already know it was 1 spoon that I broke the 2. Got you, Popcorn. Goddamn it, he thought you won. Goddamn it, I gave him a broke down spoon game. You know what I mean? Popcorn was like, man, your ass crazy. But that was kind of like one of my easiest plays. Like, I wasn't trying to do this. I only really had $200. He came to me with that deal. What y'all want me to do, man? I had to make it shake. Man. Like, at the end of the day, I never ran across the dude Josh again. I'm assuming that he never wanted to come back on his compound. But bro and them had got out the hole. You know what I mean? Fonzo had got out the hole with his homeboys. And I think they ended up on the other side of the yard. I used to see Fonzo still, though. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. You got to stay out here with your family. That's the most important thing, man. Is staying out the way, y'all. Period. Y'all already know what it is, man. This was a bonus banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one. Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's go. But be safe out there, y'all. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.